Welcome to the Better Business Break, brought to you by Southern Bank, the bank of better business. And with us today is Adam Jobe, a business banking specialist with Southern Bank. Hey, Adam, tell us who you have with us today.
We have Steve Dowdy from Bob's Gun Shop.
Hey, Steve, how are you?
I'm great. How are you this morning?
Good. Now, you guys are a fixture. Anybody who's driven by Granby Street has seen the big sign. How long have you guys been there?
Well, we've been at that location since 1974, but this is our 73rd year in business this year.
My goodness.
I haven't been there the whole time.
Okay, I could say, unless you were a baby. Okay, so tell me about some of the things that you offer there. You guys also have a gun range inside?
We do. We're a full-service gun store, so obviously, hunting rifles and shotguns, but I think the big push is the target range, shooting range up on the third floor. We do a lot of classes there, and basic handgun safety, and really just safes, anything to kind of accentuate the gun line.
Yeah, that's a big issue now, is gun locks and locking up your guns. Can you tell us about some of the options that you brought
one of
with
the big things I hear out and about is, I've got guns, and how do I store them? And so there's a lot of older guns out there, and people don't realize that there's a lot of different types of trigger locks.
Okay.
And another thing that we get asked quite a bit is, I have a gun, I want it for self-defense, but if I've got it locked up, how am I going to get to it when it when it's there? So there's a few different ones out there that you can actually lock the gun up. This is one. It's got the push button access, so you can get to it quick. It can be stored loaded.
Right.
They're not the most inexpensive things. So there's a lot of other options. So this is, I think, $20. So it's a pretty small. They've got key locks and dial locks.
And that looks really small. So what size gun would fit
Yeah,
in
this
that?
would be a smaller gun.
Like a 22?
Well, different calibers. There's still
Okay.
some 9mm that would go in
Okay.
here, just depending on the size. But these come in different sizes also. But so for somebody that may have inherited guns and really never bought a gun, it's just one that they have. It's a good way to lock them up and keep them away from children.
What are some ways, Steve, that you guys make people feel more comfortable with guns?
Yeah, that's been a big push with us the last 10 years or so. The demographics have really shifted. So 30% of the sales are to women now.
Yeah.
That kind of falls true in our classes as well. So I think we have the stereotype of gun stores from movies and cowboys, and people sometimes walk in and they're a little in fear of what they're getting themselves into.
Right.
But the guys I've got a great staff, very comforting, and I think something that surprises a lot of people, especially coming in on the weekends, it's families. It's people pushing baby strollers around, and so it's a very inviting atmosphere. So I teach the classes there, so kind of as an owner and an ambassador, to the store, I take a lot of pride in making sure that people know how to use what they have, and so yeah, I think people leave there feeling a lot more comfortable with the environment we have there.
For sure, and with the classes, I know a few years back I had to do a story on guns, and I had to go to a range, and I had never done that before. So I mean, it really was frightening for me. So tell me how the classes kind of ease people into it.
Yeah, well, we do the classroom part first, and it's very basic. I always call it handgun kindergarten, but it gets them in, it gets them started, and I'm a pretty sarcastic person, so we have a lot of fun and laugh. And from there, then we go up to the range, and it's me and other instructors, and get people in there, get them comfortable with it. And I always tell people, you're not going to come in here knowing nothing and leave totally comfortable, but I think most people leave with the ability to come back on their own and practice and learn a little bit more. So.
And you guys have other products in the store too. Tell me about that.
Well, guns are the big part of that. We talked about the handgun safes, but we do a lot of large safes too. So safes that'll hold up to 60 long guns. So that's a big thing that we do. Obviously, ammunition, reloading accessories for people that reload their own ammo. And then the shooting range. So the accessories, handgun cases. So it's pretty full line.
Okay, great, thank you. So Adam, who do we have coming up next?
We have Brian Ward from Professional Printing.
Oh, okay. And he's going to be coming up with us next time you come to visit. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate it.
Thanks
and this
for
is the
having us.
information you can get for Bob's Gun Shop, 746 Granby Street in Norfolk. And there's the number and there's the email address. So make sure you join us on the first Tuesday of each month for the Better Business Break, which is brought to you by Southern Bank, the bank of better business.